1-star platinums, the travel party king and queen, definitely blessing the masses, helping so many people all across the states and different countries, just building lots of leadership in their organization. They know 100% of the information to help you be successful. They definitely love what they do, having fun, traveling the world, and having just so much fun building this business. So with that being said, I am going to bring up our 1-star platinum, Derrick and Ayla Velasquez. Oh, I don't think I could unmute you because I already gave you guys the host.
We got it.
Got it? Okay, yay. Yeah. The floor is yours.
Awesome. Can you hear us loud and clear?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Derrick Velasquez, and I'm with my partner in crime,
Ayla Camille. How are you, family?
How's everyone doing? Thank you so much, Robin. This is Ayla's best friend,
BFF.
Growing up, BFF since they were kids, and now they are building the business and traveling the world together, and that is just a blessing in itself. So this evolution, not just evolution, but the profession that we're involved with can definitely bring people that you love together and help them and actually grow together. So I've seen both of them grow, and vice versa. They see me grow, so it's just been a blessing. So thank you, Robin, for always putting aside time. If you want, do you want me to keep you unmuted or no? Okay. So we want to talk about the huge event that they just had this past Saturday in Atlanta. Okay, type in the chat box if you guys were there and you guys were in attendance at our Atlanta Super Saturday event. And if you guys were in Atlanta or near Atlanta and you guys didn't go, shame on you guys. Shame on you. You guys did not take advantage.
Right, Founder flew all the way from Las Vegas.
Right, Founder flew all the way. We had, a lot of platinums fly from Las Vegas. They drove from different parts of the country, different parts of the states. And I've seen, one way that I was able to catch the actual training. You guys go to Tony Evans' Facebook page, and he was he actually posted the live video, or he was going live. Tony Evans was going live, our platinum, and it was a Founder doing a training. And anytime Founder speaks, I truly always try to catch anything that he's saying, because sometimes he says the same things, but it's always different when you hear it. Okay, and that could be these webinars, that could be any of these trainings that you guys get on. Sometimes it may seem repetitive to a lot of us, because we hear the same thing, but sometimes they just need to catch you at the right time in your life. And watching that Facebook Live last night, I actually watched it yesterday, last night, it was so powerful, because just to see where we came from and, just to see all of the knowledge that Founder was talking about, and it's always the same, right? It's usually always the same what he's talking about, and it's about exposure, and we want to kind of expand on that too. But before we do, me and Ayla want to share our day. You want to share our day, what we did today?
Yes. So today we drove to Santa Cruz. And that's about an hour away from where we live. And if you guys are a fan of Shark Tank, which we are, we watch it every Sunday.
Who watches Shark Tank in here?
we can't catch it on Sundays, and we DVR it. But Damon John was there. So if you guys know him, FUBU, yes. He is the founder of FUBU and a multimillionaire. I think he's like his net worth is like 250 million. And so, of course, we jumped on it to go out there and go to his book signing. And so his book is called Rise and Grind. We got it signed. We're super excited. I was nervous to meet him because he's so influential and an inspiration. And so when I went up there, I'll share with you really quick. I went up there and he was left-handed. So I told him, I'm like, oh, I'm left-handed too. And he's like, why are you wearing a scarf? And I said, because it's cold. And he's like, no, it's not. And he kind of laughed at me, and I'm like, well, you're from the East Coast. And then he just laughed because he's like, it's not cold. But that was my moment with Damon John. And then we took a picture together. And then Derrick got to take a picture with him too also. But it's just really great to be surrounded with people who are in a position you want to see yourself in. And what I wanted to share about that was, he was actually in San Francisco the day before, but I couldn't make it. So Derrick asked all of his close friends. He's on a group thread with his close friends and told him, gave the flyer and who wanted to go. And what happened with that?
It was crickets in that group thread.
No one wanted to go, right?
No one talked about going with me or anything of that. So just know that your path of success and entrepreneurship and all that good personal development stuff that you might be on, your closest loved ones, family, friends, they might not be on that same journey with you.
It gets a little lonely sometimes, right?
It's always lonely, right? It's always lonely. So, and I was even like at the time, I was like, I'm just gonna go. I was literally gonna go, and then I seen that he was gonna be here in Santa Cruz on Sunday. So I asked Ayla, and she was free. So then I went with her. So, of course, that's why she's my PIC, right? Partner in crime. So, but yeah, that's just something for you guys to know that, your friends and family aren't always going to be in everything that you're involved in.
Yeah. The people who you surround yourself may not be or have the same mindset as you, right? You may not have like-minded people in your circle. And maybe that means what? You might have to change your circle a little bit, right? And his book is really great. I'm excited to read it because it's about what you do in the first 90 minutes of waking up.
And that's so crazy that we've been going through that, or that came up, is because we've been actually started. If you guys follow me on Facebook, we actually started our morning rituals. We have a coach that's kind of guiding us through like morning rituals, how you start your day, how you end your night. And it kind of aligns with that. So,
and I just want to plug that in really quickly that we are going to our mentors event. So if you're located in the Bay Area, even if you are not, I want you guys to go to itstimelive.com. If you follow Jack Canfield, he is the writer and founder of Chicken Soup for the Soul, that series of books. He's a motivational speaker. Our mentor, Romeo Marquez, trains directly with him. And so he's going to have a powerful event February 10th and 11th. I highly, highly recommend you guys go. Use the code DNAVIP because it's very, very discounted, extremely discounted, and only for a limited time. So I just want to share that with you. That's a huge event that we will be attending because I truly believe that, you need to keep growing, because if you're not growing, you're dying. And that's in the mind, right? So you need to continuously evolve yourself. And this event is not just about, how to build a better business, but how to become a better you. And I think that's an important route to take in 2018, right? If you want to be successful at anything, you have to work on you. And so please visit itstimelive.com. Get your tickets. It's deeply discounted. I mean, it's going from like $400 down to $47 for a limited time. Okay, so with that being said, we want to get into, yes, Andrea. I just want to share, Andrea came all the way from DC, flew all the way from DC to California just to attend Romeo's event last year. And she said, I went last year and it was amazing. She was there and hit silver after attending that event. So how powerful is that? She hit silver after attending that It's Time live event last year. So when I say it's powerful, it is life-changing. So definitely get your tickets as soon as possible. And so we want to shift gears a little bit. And we're going to bring up a video that we thought was very powerful and something that could really help shift your business in the right direction. So do you want to pull that video up?
Yeah, make sure you guys have your pen and paper. You guys know that me and Ayla are big YouTubers, meaning that we watch a lot of YouTube personal development, and we replace that for TV.
Except Shark Tank.
Except Shark Tank, right. Okay, so we're gonna play this short clip,
and I'll introduce this gentleman. I want to shout out my BFF Robin Polaris Dolphin because she also just bought this book for me and Derrick. It's funny because me and Robin, we've been doing this ever since we got in network marketing. So a little over 5 years, almost every birthday or Christmas, we buy each other books. So we're building each other's library, which we both are nerds in that way, but we love it. And she just bought us this book, Find Your Why by Simon Sinek. He is a leadership guru. He's a motivational speaker. He speaks at TED Talks. If you guys follow any of those, you guys are all entrepreneurs on this line. So that means you have to start doing what entrepreneurs do and immerse yourself around people who are entrepreneurs, right? And the most affordable way to do that is YouTube, because it's free. You can learn so much from YouTube. You can gain so much knowledge. And this gentleman right here has this powerful concept. So it's about a 6-minute video. So we're going to play it and pay close attention. Again, this is Simon Sinek.
And also, there's the full video right here, so you guys can write this down. How great leaders inspire action. I mean, watch the whole entire thing. It's very, very powerful for us on TED Talks. But we're just going to play a short clip, and then this will lead into our training. So get your papers and pens ready.
About 3.5 years ago, I made a discovery. And this discovery profoundly changed my view on how I thought the world worked, and it even profoundly changed the way in which I operated it. As it turns out, there's a pattern. As it turns out, all the great and inspiring leaders and organizations in the world, whether it's Apple or Martin Luther King or the Wright brothers, they all think, act, and communicate the exact same way, and it's the complete opposite to everyone else. All I did was codify it. And it's probably the world's simplest idea. I call it the golden circle. Why, how, what? This little idea explains why some organizations and some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't. Let me define the terms really quickly. Every single person, every single organization on the planet knows what they do, 100%. Some know how they do it, whether you call it your differentiating value proposition or your proprietary process or your USP. But very, very few people or organizations know why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make a profit. That's a result. It's always a result. By why, I mean what's your purpose? What's your cause? What's your belief? Why does your organization exist? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? And why should anyone care? Well, as a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. It's obvious. We go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. But the inspired leaders and the inspired organizations, regardless of their size, regardless of their industry, all think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Let me give you an example. I use Apple because they're easy to understand and everybody gets it. If Apple were like everyone else, a marketing message from them might sound like this. We make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? Meh. And that's how most of us communicate. That's how most marketing is done. That's how most sales is done. And that's how most of us communicate interpersonally. We say what we do. We say how we're different or how we're better. And we expect some sort of behavior, a purchase, a vote, something like that. Here's our new law firm. We have the best lawyers with the biggest clients. We have, we always perform for our clients, do business with us. Here's our new car. It gets great gas mileage. It has, leather seats. Buy our car. But it's uninspiring. Here's how Apple actually communicates. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Totally different, right? You're ready to buy a computer from me. All I did was reverse the order of the information. What it proves to us is that people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This explains why every single person in this room is perfectly comfortable buying a computer from Apple. But we're also perfectly comfortable buying an MP3 player from Apple, or a phone from Apple, or a DVR from Apple. But as I said before, Apple's just a computer company. There's nothing that distinguishes them structurally from any of their competitors. Their competitors are all equally qualified to make all of these products. In fact, they tried. A few years ago, Gateway came out with flat screen TVs. They're eminently qualified to make flat screen TVs. They've been making flat screen monitors for years. Nobody bought one. And Dell came out with MP3 players and PDAs. And they make great quality products, and they can make perfectly well-designed products, and nobody bought one. In fact, talking about it now, we can't even imagine buying an MP3 player from Dell. Why would you buy an MP3 player from a computer company? But we do it every day. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. The goal is not to do business with everybody who needs what you have. The goal is to do business with people who believe what you believe. Here's the best part. None of what I'm telling you is my opinion. It's all grounded in the tenets of biology, not psychology, biology. If you look at a cross-section of the human brain, looking from the top down, what you see is the human brain is actually broken into three major components that correlate perfectly with the golden circle. Our newest brain, our Homo sapien brain, our neocortex, corresponds with the what level. The neocortex is responsible for all of our rational and analytical thought and language. The middle two sections make up our limbic brains, and our limbic brains are responsible for all of our feelings, like trust and loyalty. It's also responsible for all human behavior, all decision-making, and it has no capacity for language. In other words, when we communicate from the outside in, yes, people can understand vast amounts of complicated information like features and benefits and facts and figures. It just doesn't drive behavior. When we communicate from the inside out, we're talking directly to the part of the brain that controls behavior, and then we allow people to rationalize it with the tangible things we say and do. This is where gut decisions come from. You know, sometimes you can give somebody all the facts and figures and they say, I know what all the facts and details say, but it just doesn't feel right. Why would we use that verb? It doesn't feel right, because the part of the brain that controls decision-making doesn't control language. And the best we can muster up is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Or sometimes you say you're leading with your heart or you're leading with your soul. Well, I hate to break it to you, those aren't the other body parts controlling your behavior. It's all happening here in your limbic brain, the part of the brain that controls decision-making and not language. But if you don't know why you do what you do, and people respond to why you do what you do, then how will you ever get people to vote for you or buy something from you, or more importantly, be loyal and want to be a part of what it is that you do? Again, the goal is not just to sell people who need what you have. The goal is to sell to people who believe what you believe.
Okay, this is where it's at right here, the whole entire video, how great leaders inspire action. Okay, Simon Sinek, you guys write that down. Now, we want to elaborate on that. And let me see, make sure you guys can see. Okay, perfect. So we want to elaborate on your why. Okay, you guys see how he did that, and when you guys watch the entire video, he kind of goes a little bit in detail. We just don't want to play the entire video right now, but he goes in detail the difference on how Microsoft sells their product compared to Apple. Okay, and he kind of went into that. So it's all about your stories. You know, they have that saying, it's been around network marketing for years, right? Stories sell and facts tell. We could tell all the facts that we want to. We could talk about we're Expedia's top producer, 2016, 2017. Ron Archer has been in business for 65 years. David McCovey is on multiple businesses, helps thousands and thousands of people. That's fine, right? To someone that's looking, a brand new person, a guest that's looking on, but it doesn't have no emotion. Okay, people, I say 90% of the time, people buy with emotion. They're emotional. We're emotional buyers, right? So women, I don't know, women, do you guys emotionally buy stuff? Men, do we emotionally buy stuff? Because on emotion, right? Now, people are going to want to, you know, do all this research and all this, but I promise you guys, if you guys share what we're about to, if you guys do what we're about to train you guys on, okay, is about telling your story, right? Sharing the why in the business.
And so what that golden circle is, how he was saying people that usually try to sell things, and at the end of the day, we are selling our business, right? They usually just say, we're travel agents who book travel. That's a what. And how is we book travel for people. Do you want to become a travel agent? To me, that has no emotion to it, right? I feel no feeling, like no gut feeling to say, oh, I really want to become a travel agent, right? Because we didn't share why, the purpose, the cause, or the belief.
There's no connection emotionally.
Right. And so what is it that we really do? You know, we help families get their time back to spend with their family. We help people get their freedom back. You know, what is your purpose of being in Evolution Travel?
We actually help people travel the world who's never been able to travel ever before, because now they're able to make payments on their vacations.
And how? we help and teach people to become travel agents because we're all travel agents here. Now, when you start with your why, isn't that more powerful? You know, the way he was explaining it, it's more powerful to start from the inside of the golden circle and then move outwards rather than just say, we are, as Derrick was saying, we have been the top USA producer for Expedia. That person has no connection with that, right? That person has, okay, that's great. You know, that's awesome. And that's where I think a lot of people get stuck with is they feel like they need to know everything about the business inside and out before they can even start sharing the business. And that's so far from the truth. He even said it. He said, people don't buy what you do, but they buy why you do it. So you don't need to know everything before you start sharing your why. Do you need to know how to book travel with every single vendor before you can start sharing your why? If you're brand new to the business, can you just start sharing why you got involved in the business?
That is the most powerful. That's going to be the most powerful thing that you're going to be able to tell your guests. The reason why you got started in this business. Okay. So you always want to start off with your why. The reason why you got started, because I'm telling you, when you bring an emotion and it may feel a little uncomfortable being
vulnerable,
especially for men, transparent, right? So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. Okay. This is the reason why I started in network marketing and in Evolution Travel. I was sick and tired of driving in traffic. An hour going to work, an hour coming back home. I was sick and tired of listening to a boss tell me what to do. And this is me personally, okay? I was sick and tired of people getting chosen to be a manager and knowing that I had way more skill set. I was more hungry. I was more on point than that person. And he just got chosen because of favoritism, right? The reason why I got started in this because I'm super just exhausted of living paycheck to paycheck. Okay. Is anyone out there exhausted and just tired and frustrated of living paycheck to paycheck? You know, sometimes we get our paycheck. We know how much money we're going to get paid, right, from our job. And we already have that paycheck spent in our brain, in our head, right? Am I talking to anyone out there? Do we all know someone? Maybe some of you guys don't have this issue or don't have this problem, but majority of the people do. Okay. So the way to connect to them is try to find out what your why is. And more than likely they're going through the same thing. Okay. I'm frustrated of having all my maxed out credit cards and there's no breathing room. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just stuck working 9 to 5, and it feels like, there's nothing will change, right? That's how most people feel, right? And they feel like a robot. So the reason why I got started with Evolution Travel is because this gives me an opportunity to share with people that there's a way out. Network marketing is not perfect, but it's a lot better. It's the most affordable business, okay, that you could get involved with, especially with us being at our promotion right now at $30. It's laughable. $30 to get started in a home-based travel business. And if you want to open a traditional business, which most people don't have the income to open a traditional business, you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars. Then you have rent for an office that you have to pay for, right? So figuring out your why. I want you guys to take a couple minutes right now. If you guys have a piece of paper and a pen, write your why down real quick. And you could get really deep into it. Why? Maybe you want to retire your mom. You want to retire your dad because they're still working.
Everyone pull out a piece of paper and do this activity with us. I have a pen and paper in front of me too. And just even if it's bullet points, you don't need to get too deep into it. But why did you join Evolution Travel? And what are you willing to share with the people that you're going to start introducing this business to? What are you willing to share? You don't have to maybe go as deep if you don't want to. But why did you get involved? Why are you spending $69.95 a month? Why are you on this webinar? And you could be watching the Grammys, right? That should be DVR'd instead of watching it. I don't even know if it's still on right now. But, you're spending your time. You're spending your money in this business And if you want to, if you feel open enough to share it in the chat box why you have gotten involved in evolution travel, do you think that other people around you could relate? Do you think that someone, your neighbor, may be going through the same thing as you and you have the answer to it? But just by sharing your why, you may help somebody afford to get out of debt. You have that power. That is a powerful thing, to have this gift called evolution travel, and to be able to give it to as many people as possible to help them get their children to college.
And you'll hear from the top leaders, we talk about, earning being in a comma club, right? But what about just being in a $300 club every single month? Can 300, you know how much $300 can change a family's life? Just $300. That could be $300 worth of groceries for the entire month, or for a couple of weeks, depending on how big their family is, right? $200.
Residually $200.
Every single month, right?
Don't forget about that residual income, because that comes every single month after you did the work one time, right? So some people are in here sharing their whys. To get my travel, I was already doing at a discounted rate with the payment plan, and to get paid to do it. Now, couldn't somebody agree to that? I want to go travel.
Absolutely.
And get paid to travel. Time travel, a car payment. Maybe someone's struggling every month to pay their car payment, and you have the solution. I love to travel and needed a way, I lost it, to stay home with my kids. That is powerful.
That's a big one.
I'll share a little bit about my why. Is growing up with a single parent. My mom was a single mom, taking care of me and my sister, working 2 jobs. A lot of the times I would come home from school and there'd be no one home, and that's me as a little girl. Me and Derrick don't have kids yet, but I know what I don't want my kids to go through, right? And I would have given anything for me to go through it so that my kids won't have to go through that. And it's to be able to stay home with my future kids, because I know at the end of the day, family is what's most important to me, and having that time freedom. And that's why we build it. And for all the single parents, do you think that they could relate to that?
Absolutely.
So when you share that story and say, you know what, I don't get to see my kids a lot because I'm working and I have to commute an hour plus just one way to work. That's an hour away from their family. But what if they can work from home as a travel agent?
Maybe your why is you're tired of dropping your kid off at daycare
and having someone else watch your kid.
Having someone watch your kid. Not only that, you're paying an arm and a leg for daycare. We know how expensive daycare is, right? Just so you can go to work. That can be a why.
Family time, financial freedom, be my own boss. Melinda Rowe, I've been raising 6 kids and never been able to travel. They are grown and my husband retires in 3 years. I want us to have enough money to restore with him and travel and get paid to do it. Wow. That's powerful. Andrea said additional income. Look at these. I'm so proud that everyone's open to share their why in the chat box.
Congrats. Salute to you guys for sharing in the chat box. And so after you share your why with your guest, right? Okay, you guys make sure you have your why written down, and your why can always change depending on where you're at the time in your life. Okay, and I want you guys to share what don't you like about that, right? What don't you like about your why? What didn't you like about it? I didn't like driving in the traffic because I was wasting time. I just don't like driving in traffic. I don't like to report to a boss, right? I want to be my own boss, okay? And when you talk about that, what about your why didn't you like? Then number 3 could be, I found the solution, okay? I'm so excited I found a solution, and I'm excited about the future because what I found is truly going to help me get out of certain things that I'm in, okay? Could be anything, debt, whatever you share your why with.
I'm going to read a couple more of the whys in here because these are really good ones. In a wheelchair, want others to see you can get out the house still. Wow, Cheryl, congratulations to you for starting your business. This is powerful. Aisha put, allow my children to see me own something.
Other than Jordans and
purses.
Purses.
Right, own a business. I want to be able to stay at home with my future children too, help with homework, make dinners, take care of the home. Also, not be upset or sad working at daycare where I am, to travel and run half marathons around the country and the world. Save money and travel more and inspire others to travel Lynn, trying to get away from the kids, retire early. These are powerful. To be my own boss, additional income. I want to help my grandkids with a lot of different things in life. I have 12 grandkids and 1 great grandchild. Help my mom pay off her house and get off disability. You guys, I want you to remember your whys, right? So a big thing that we see in this industry, our profession, is a lot of people will use their whys to not do the business and that make that an excuse to not do the business.
Yeah, don't let your whys become the why you don't do this business.
Like if it's for your children and then you say, I can't make it to the travel party because of my children.
No one can watch my kid.
Right? Then you're contradicting why you're even in the business. And you're going to have to do some sacrifices. So when someone keeps telling you no, or they didn't show up to your travel party, or maybe they said they're going to sign up and you can't get a hold of them, and when they told you, I'm going to sign up on Friday, and then you call them on Friday and they change their number, right? Instead of getting upset about that, instead of saying, I quit this business, instead of giving up on all your dreams, how about remembering that you're in a wheelchair and you want to show other people that they can do it still too, even when someone tells them no? How about remembering that you want to retire your parents or help get them off of disability? Can you keep that instilled in your mind? Maybe you need to carry around a picture of your children, or a picture around of your future, home that you want to be in, or you want to carry around a picture of your parents because they're working so hard and you want to help them retire. Whatever it is to remind you why you need to build this business and to stay in this business even when it gets hard, because Derrick and I will tell you right now, it's not easy.
It's definitely challenging. You're going to have a gut check every single day in this business. Being successful and becoming a millionaire and billionaire and all those great things, there's going to be a lot of failure that you're going to have to go through. The more failure you go through, the more learning lessons that you're going to have. And that's with anything in life, but definitely in this business. It's not, people think and say this business is easy. It's going to be easy.
Lie.
Don't ever tell your guests that it's going to be easy, because it's not.
You're building a business. You're building financial freedom. Anything worth it is not going to be easy. If it was easy, everyone would have done it and been successful, right?
Everyone.
But as soon as someone hears a no, they just forget about their why and quit. They say, oh, what happened? I thought you wanted to do this for your children. Well, someone told me no. Well, no one showed up to my travel party, but I thought you wanted to retire your family, your parents and yourself. Well, my best friend didn't join my business. How silly does that sound? If you were to tell Damon John that, or Grant Cardone, or John C. Maxwell, they would laugh at you, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what I always keep in my head is, what would Mark Cuban do in this situation? What would Founder do in this situation? I know for sure they wouldn't quit.
It's not an option.
It's not an option. And it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail at your first travel party. It's okay to fail the first time you speak to someone and you didn't know all the words, because failing is really the opportunity for you to learn. That's how you really grow your mindset. That's how you grow and evolve as a better leader, is by failing. And a lot of people think that failing means you're done. I failed in a business. Okay, I'll just go back to what I know.
People may get embarrassed that they say no. When you can get past that and not get embarrassed about people saying no to your business, then your business will run a lot more smoother.
Right.
Once I decided personally to not give a care, I'll use the good word on that one, right, about what other people thought about what I was doing. And, it's so different, because what we do is definitely different from the masses, right? And once you don't care about other people's opinions or what they think about you, everything else in your business can be so much simpler, because you don't care about what people is. They're not the ones that's going to put food on your table, right? People with opinions, they're not going to be the ones that's going to pay your PG&E bill. They're not the ones that are going to help you with your why, right? Those are the people that you need to kind of disconnect with and not be, you can't be around those type of people. You have to get away from stinking thinking people. And, it could be our friends, our family, loved ones. They might even live in the same household, but you have to disconnect with some of those people. And yes, we're going to love them the same, right? But we just can't be around them. We have to spend our time wisely.
Yes, just love them from afar. And that's okay, because you have goals, because you have to retire your parents, because you need to help your parents get off disability, because you are tired, sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck, because you have to move out of the house because you don't own it. You know, those are the things that you need to focus on, instead of people saying, oh, she's in one of those things.
Right. Are you in a pyramid? This is a pyramid thing.
Or he just wants to recruit me. Me and Derrick are so far past what our friends think about us. They just know that we're in it. They know that we're in it. They appreciate that we're in it now. We don't try to recruit them anymore, because our friends are not going to be involved or have that same like-mindedness as us, right? And that's okay, because they were our practice anyways, right? Our biggest teams, the biggest people on our teams are from cold market. And you're going to learn that. And a lot of people fail in the beginning because they say, oh, my sister, she's going to join my business. I know it. My sister loves it. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. My sister, who we live with, she works for Classic Vacations. She works with one of our vendors. She is a travel agent as well. Is she in Evolution Travel? No. Does that change our relationship? No. She is proud of me and Derrick. She always praises us. That doesn't mean that I have to be upset that she didn't join my business, right? It's not for everyone. We don't need everyone. We just want to be and build with people who believe in what we do, right? So why do we need to try to convince people that don't see the same vision as us? Why do I want to convince my negative cousin that's not going to join my business? Or why would I quit my business because of my negative cousin?
Never convince people and never pay for someone to get into the business. That's just taking away the opportunity from them.
This business has so much value in it that they should see it enough to spend their own $30.
Right. And I swear, $30. I remember our first project. Every single month, now this is monthly, what me and Ayla were paying was $400 each monthly on products and services. Monthly, $400 per month.
Our
each.
highest residual income was $85 after 2 years.
That's 26 months of paying $800 total.
Do you understand how simple this is for you guys here at Evolution Travel? Like, when our founder truly puts the people first, he truly puts the people first. He wants it to be the best, and it is the best company out there because he makes it affordable for everyone to win. And so what I don't get is why people don't want to share it with everyone that they are in contact with, right? And it's okay. Start with your friends and family. Get those practices out the way, right? Just have them tell you no. Okay, I know you're not going to join my business, but I want you to come out to this travel party. Just see what I'm doing. So at least I told you what I'm doing and you don't have to ask about it later. Just come with me. Okay, it's going to be a good time. It's fun. By the way, did I say opportunity? We don't want to say words like opportunity, right? Because people think you just want to recruit them. So watch what your language is to the people around you and see what's not working. If you're saying too much, if you're throwing up and trying to tell them everything about the business, you're saying too much. Just give a little bit and get them to a travel party. Get them to a webinar. Do you guys know when our weekly webinars are? The opportunity webinars. Monday nights, right? 5 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You should always be striving to get guests onto those webinars.
Your local travel parties.
Do you know where they're at?
Atlanta Super Saturday. Are you guys plugged in?
Were you there?
With the leadership? Are you guys plugged in with your silver consultant, your gold consultant, your platinum consultant, your one-star platinum consultant?
And if you don't want to build, what are you doing to get customers, right? Because we are travel agents. How many people are you telling that you're a travel agent? Do you have business cards? As simple as getting business cards with your information so that you can tell people, let me book your next vacation for the summer. A lot of people are getting ready for summer. Where do you plan on taking a vacation? Right?
There's business cards that you can purchase in your back office. And I know some people say, yeah, they're kind of pricey. Then you could go to Vistaprint and get them if you think they're cheaper. I just like to use it because it's already done. All you do is pick what kind of business card you want. All the information's on there. Bam, it's done. It's an Evolution business card. Now you have something that you could leave with someone. Right? When you talk to them at Starbucks, or maybe you talk to someone in the line at Costco or a grocery store, and a little quick conversation. Hey, do you know anyone that loves to travel? Guaranteed they're going to say, yeah, me. right? Well, awesome. Here, I'm a travel agent. Here's my card. You know, I know we're in line and, you know, getting all, I'm busy and this and that. Here's my card. Reach out to me if you know anyone that wants to book some travel.
Keep it simple.
Simple.
So you should be doing two things, either getting travel customers or finding other people who want to build residual income, that need their time back, that need financial freedom, right? And so there's so many ways that you could be making money in this business. And our advice to you is don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Don't waste $69.95 a month if you're not going to take this business serious, because you're paying for a hobby then, right? Why are you paying for a hobby? There are a lot of hobbies that are for free. What I would suggest is you save your $69.95 unless you're serious about being involved in Evolution Travel, because there are people who ranked up from silver to gold in this last 30-day promotion, right?
Go ahead and type in the chat box. There's 166 of us. Type yes if from our first time we put the $30 promotion back in November, whatever rank you were at then, are you at a different rank level now? Type yes. Nina Mitchell, that's our newest platinum. Jennifer,
and that's a big pay increase Miss Nina Mitchell got, right?
That's a huge pay increase.
Life-changing income.
So no, typically,
look at all these yeses.
Typically, going from silver, once you hit silver, your residual is around $200. You know, sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, depending on how many people qualify as silver. But from there, you're jumping up to a comma check, which is 4 or 5 times that amount, right? And then from gold consultant, you're quadrupling that again, or 5 times in that, right? So that's
the importance of this $30 promotion. I want you to look, everyone, go look in the chat box and look at all these yeses because of the $30 promotion. If you didn't write a yes in the chat box, shame on you. Because unless you just started, but shame on you because you didn't take advantage of the $30 promotion. But guess what? What are we in right now?
$30 promotion.
So what can they do?
You get a fresh start.
It's okay, Danielle. I don't. She said, "Oh, I just started." But you know what? We're in a $30 promotion right now, Danielle. So you can actually rank up in this $30 promotion because that's how we got to 1-star platinum.
We took full advantage of this when we first launched this promotion. And I always say the same story. 2016, January 3rd is when we launched Evolution. And we did not sleep for 30 straight days. Me and Ayla brought in 29 people, and our team grew within that 30 days to over 650 people. We didn't know all 650 people. We just knew 29 people that got started. And when I tell you we didn't sleep, we did not sleep.
We would sleep in our car. I did this video. I should share it one of these days. I did this video. We did 4 travel parties that day. And in the Bay Area, you have to drive at least an hour between different cities and where we were going. So we would literally sit in a parking lot, take little naps here and there between travel parties. Because it was only a $30 promotion, we had to tell everyone about it. And our team was excited, and they had to tell everyone about it. So what did we do? We went out and supported the team. And now, look, we have leaders like Tim and Arlene that do the same thing. They're out there helping their team now. Blanche, what about her and Jesse? They're out there supporting their team with Alicia, and it just keeps trickling on and on and on. And what is everyone doing? They're taking advantage of the $30 promotion. Yes, see, Dwayne, Travel Buddy, he ranked up to gold too.
Right. Support your team. That one's huge too. When you bring in somebody, they are your responsibility. When you bring in a brand new Evolution Travel family member, they are your responsibility. It's not your responsibility to bring them in the business and then dump them on another leader. That is not how we do it. Yes, we could connect them with people in different markets, but it is your responsibility to quick start that person, to get them knowledgeable, to help them out. Don't just dump your people on other leaders in the company. That is not going to evolve that's not going to evolve your growth. That's not going to do any benefit for yourself. You have to learn this business. You have to learn this business, and you have to teach these brand new agents that you're bringing in what you know, right? So if you don't know anything, that means you got to learn more. You got to get on these webinars every single week. You got to look at the recorded webinars, or you guys subscribe to our YouTube page.
There's only 166 people on this webinar. This is a company webinar. So what does that mean? Are you sending out reminders to your team to get on this webinar? We have a Silvers and Up thread just on our team, and we always post the events that are coming up, the webinars that are coming up. You know, what do you do for your team? So whatever's happening with your leadership, make sure you duplicate that within your team. Start your own thread. What maybe you only have you and one other person. Start a thread with you and that other person and start connecting them. Give them all of the flyers for the upcoming travel parties, the upcoming webinars, the upcoming trainings. You know, like Derrick mentioned, tell them what they need to be doing step by step and hold their hand in the beginning. But that doesn't mean that you have to hold their hand the entire time, because they do have to meet you halfway, right? It is ultimately their business as well. But give them those tools to be successful like you. And I promise, when you start building like that and you start building leaders and not just building numbers, that's when you have a strong foundation. That's when you have an organization where you can take a month off and your team is still growing.
Duplication is key, just like Lynn Huddleston said.
Absolutely. That's the name of the game here. And what I love about it, you're not just duplicating people to be people. You're duplicating people to be leaders, to be a better version, to be the best version of themselves. Do you know how proud we are when we see people like Tim and Arlene go up there? And we were just at their travel party supporting them on Thursday. And I want to shout out Derrick Velasquez we were invited by our mentor, Romeo Marquez. Go to itstimelive.com. He invited us to go to the Warrior game on Thursday. He had box suite seats, and he said, I want you and Ayla to come out and enjoy this game with me. I have a suite for you guys. And we had already committed to Tim and Arlene. And we said, if we already committed to our team, how can we just leave them hanging? They asked us to be there. We're not going to say, no, we can't, because we want to go to a Warrior game. So we ended up going to support the team for Tim and Arlene.
Sacrifices you're going to have to take.
And that one hurt Derrick, because, both him and I are huge Warrior fans. But guess what? We are bigger fans of our team than the Warriors.
And our team's future.
Right. And our team's future. And so we went there, and, they took over that training. They were sharing things and teaching us things that we didn't know. Like, we went over all the princess cruises, how you can earn a free cruise they did all this training. So when you see that, duplication is more powerful. It's more rewarding than just a number in your downline, right? So when we say duplication is key, you are help developing people to be the best version of themselves. I don't know where you can do that outside of network marketing.
Yeah. And the night before, I went to a travel party in Daly City with our silver consultant, Sharon Chappelle, and she had the same thing. And I was so proud of her because you could see the growth. And sometimes when you start to really you build up the leaders, that's what we want to do, is we want to build people up. Give them the confidence. And the only way to do that is we have to immerse ourselves in the training. We have to train ourselves. We have to learn. We have to personally develop until you start to see some growth in yourself. And then you can start to duplicate what you have learned. Okay. This didn't happen overnight. Even though we say we got to 1-star within 30 days, that was still growth period from when we started in 2012. Right. So we still had to go through all those struggles. We had to pay $800 a month to that company.
That was our fee.
That was like going to college. We went to network marketing school, right? So you have to pay your dues.
Yes.
You have to pay your dues.
Right. Everyone always says, well, it's owed to me. What about me? You have to pay your dues first.
Go ahead and hashtag that. Pay your dues in the Evolution Travel
Pay your
page.
dues, and I promise you'll get paid. You need to put in the work, though. It doesn't come for free.
Pay your dues so you can get paid.
Just like if you're at the gym and you don't work out, but you leave the gym and you didn't do anything, do you get any results from it? You got to pay your dues. You got to get on that treadmill for 30 minutes. You got to do those sit-ups if you want a six-pack.
You got to eat right. No fried food.
Right. Pay your dues. You got to you got to outwork other people around you. You got to outwork everyone in the room. Like someone's going to take it away from you. But everyone wants to sit back and say, well, what about me? Oh, well, this person didn't want to join my business. A lot of people didn't join our business. Guess what? We still became 1-star platinums.
Exactly.
We have like maybe 3 or 4 people from our family who joined our business, and they have to because it's our moms.
They have no choice.
My aunt did by choice, but that was my only family member by choice who joined it. Pay your dues.
The majority of the people that will join your business and be a customer are going to be complete strangers.
So get uncomfortable, family, because I promise you, prior to this, I would not talk to anyone if I didn't have to. but I got used to being uncomfortable and talking to people I didn't know. I got used to being uncomfortable and being on these webinars and training. I got used to being uncomfortable and being on stage, presenting in front of hundreds of people at conventions where I still get nervous. But you know what? I have to pay my dues. So how much are you willing to pay to get your mom off of disability? How much are you willing to pay to stop living paycheck to paycheck? How much are you willing to pay to retire early and not work until, you physically can't work anymore? You have to ask yourself that. We can't answer it for you. How much are you willing to pay? Are you willing to stop watching TV for an hour, instead work on your business after you get off work? I know how it is. I still work. And sometimes you don't want to think about anything when you get off work, right? You definitely don't want to think about your business. But guess what? A lot of the multimillionaires and billionaires, they do a lot of things they don't want to do because they have to pay their dues.
Remember, this is called net work, WRK.
Write that down. Work.
Marketing, not net lottery marketing, right? It's network marketing, not net lottery marketing. All right. So we have to put in some work. Just because you came into the business for $30 and you think you're supposed to now have all the success. No, it's not like that. You got to put in the work. You got to pay. You got to put in sweat equity.
Sweat equity.
You got to pay your dues. Pay your dues.
Every successful person, if you ever read any successful person's bio, they never just said, I just joined a business and became a millionaire.
Never ever did that.
I paid $69.95 a month and became a millionaire and became financially free. No, they said they worked their butt off day in and day out, and they continued to do that. They immersed themselves. Their mindset started to change. They changed who they were surrounded around by. And guess what? That's how they became successful. They paid their dues. So if you're not willing to pay your dues, I think you should email memberships at myevolutiontravel.com and say, this isn't for me. Because we only want serious people who believe in what we believe in. Right? We want people who are willing to put that sweat equity in so that we could all travel the world together. We want to work with people and build with people who want a better life for themselves and their family. Otherwise, you're wasting your time.
Some people work harder for their boss than they do for themselves.
Ooh. Say it again.
Some people will go drive in traffic for an hour, 2 hours, and do everything that their boss says and work really, really hard. But then when they get home to work for themselves, their own business,
their motivation is gone.
They go in and watch TV.
And they watch other people have success on TV on reality shows.
Work hard for yourself, family. Work hard for your family. Family.
We're going to wrap up here because it's 7:27. We have a few minutes left, but I want Derrick to touch on this because I think it's important to understand objections, and we can have a whole nother training on objections, but I want to just focus on this one from Jennifer. She said, I had someone tell me this evening that this is a pyramid scheme. Now, once our platinum, Derrick Velasquez, how would you respond to someone telling you this is a pyramid scheme?
And you know what? Everything what people say is just being uneducated.
And that's okay. Because when we first started, we were uneducated. We had no idea what network marketing was. I remember saying, isn't this one of those pyramid things? But I had no idea what those pyramid things were. Remember that?
Right. So Jennifer, what you do is to get some education and, go ahead. And you know what? This is what I want all of you guys to listen to my voice. Every time you have a question about anything, about evolution travel or just in life, go to Google and type it in the search bar, and I promise you an answer will pop up.
Right.
Or YouTube. There's a video that will pop up. So, pyramid scheme, okay? What I always like to ask, what's a pyramid scheme? When they ask me, is this one of those pyramid schemes? I always ask them, what's a pyramid scheme? And then they'll usually say their answer, whatever it is, the people that get from, people that you recruit and only people at the top get the money or whatever they say, right? What I want you guys to do is always agree with them. Okay? It's the 3 F's.
Write this down. Feel,
felt, found. Feel, felt, found. So, Jennifer, you just told me, is this one of those pyramid schemes, Derrick? Now I ask you, what's a pyramid scheme? You're going to tell me whatever it is. I don't care.
What I thought it was is, I don't know. It's just one of those pyramid things. It's structured like a pyramid.
Okay. You know what's so funny, Jennifer? I felt the same way you did. Because I said the same thing. I said, is this one of those pyramid schemes, right? So I know how you feel. I felt the same way, right? When I first was introduced to this. But what I found out is it's the total opposite, or whatever they're saying, right? Or you can kind of gauge what you found out, right? Feel, felt, found. So I know how you feel. I felt the same way. But what I found out is, honestly, it's just a bunch of people, like-minded people moving in the positive movement. We are called the We movement, and we help a lot of families gain extra income every single month.
And you know how they say, oh, only the people at the top make all the money? But don't we have something here called the profit sharing pool? So how does everyone at the top make all the money, right? Because everyone shares the profit within the company. So we're not even structured like a pyramid, right?
Never, ever get in an argument with someone that wants to. You always agree with them, because then what they're waiting for is for you to start an argument. So then that gives them the reason for them not to join anyways, right? So when you agree with them, they're kind of caught off guard. They're like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, I felt the same way. That's crazy, because I swear I thought this was a pyramid scheme too. But what I found out was that they're actually a partnership with Expedia, and they got 2 awards back-to-back, 2016 and 2017, that they were the top USA producer. What I found out is I went to Blue Sky Tours, and my cousin and his wife wanted to go to Hawaii, and I actually booked the trip directly with Blue Sky Tours, and I got a commission check that was almost $200. What I found out was that I went to Carnival Cruise Line through my back office. I booked a trip that we were already going to do, and I got paid commission on that.
How could someone object to that?
It works, family, if you work the deal. This works if you work it.
So any objection someone has, remember that 3 F's: feel, felt, found, agree with them. Never try to start an argument. It's never going to win. But if someone's just negative, you don't want anyone negative in your business anyways, right? I know I don't want anyone in my business negative. So you'll know who they are. But sometimes you just need to educate people. So remember that all we do is we are the messengers of
education
and sharing the information of Evolution Travel. That's all it is. If they don't want to join your business, don't get upset about it. I have to feed my family at the end of the day. You're not gonna stop me from building this business because I need to feed my family. You're not gonna pay my bills. So I'm not gonna get upset if you don't join my business, because there are millions of people just around in my area that I can talk to. Don't get upset, family. Don't take it personal. Some people are just not business minded, and some people just don't want to do it right now.
But most people, honestly, they're just uneducated. I swear, most people are just uneducated, or maybe they had a bad experience from someone that they told them to join this company and it was going to be easy and you're going to make $1,000 tomorrow. Like they gave them false expectation, right? False hopes and dreams. So,
right. And someone did a great one. What I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found out is we are actually a publicly traded company, the only network marketing travel company out there. And when we're publicly traded, we are fully transparent.
That means we have an open book with the government, family. So
remember and believe in what you have, because don't let people believe that this isn't going to work, because we're 2 ordinary people who took this business very serious, telling you guys that it does work. It pays our bills every single month. It gives us financial freedom. We have met amazing people on our team who will become family, not even on our team, in the company. I love so many people in this company, and don't let people tell you otherwise, because I'm telling you, they probably had a bad taste in their mouth. They're just negative, or they're just not business minded. So keep it pushing. Find positive people to build with. Believe in Evolution Travel. Do you want to share any last words?
I don't. Network
and pay
marketing.
Pay your dues.
Pay your dues, everybody. Let me see if I got Robin on here. Well, I think we'll close it out. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. Jumping on here tonight. You guys could have been doing anything else, but we just know how valuable your time is, and you can never get this hour back. Hopefully someone on this line has gotten value for what we shared tonight. We're going to upload the recording so you can share with your teams that weren't able to get on this. All of you guys have a super, super blessed evening, and make sure you guys pay your dues. Thank you guys on behalf of Ayla and myself, Derrick Velasquez. We are your one-star platinums with Evolution Travel. We'll see you guys on the beaches of the world, and definitely at the bank.
Aloha, family. Have a good night.